That's what
But many people know that I'm an engineer by profession.
engineer by profession. Okay. So, Toastmaster Shaju, Mumbai Meri Jaan, Mumbai Meri Jaan, Toastmaster Shaju.
Well, good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Great to be back. I hope it won't be a flop like last time. Jokes apart, I was in Mumbai in the early 90s for around 12 years, and somehow I found, kind of attachment, emotional attachment to the city. Some time ago, there was a movie released by name Mumbai Meri Jaan. Somehow I like that name and the phrase. So whenever we have a discussion at home about the movie and about anything about Mumbai, I used to say Mumbai Meri Jaan to the dislike of my family members, my wife and children. They hate the city. Somehow, in 90s when I was there, I liked the city. It was indeed a common man's life. I was started with the salary of 1,350 in living in a cramped room, and times traveling around 3 hours every day in the local trains, waiting the monsoon rains, on the roads. But all somehow it did not bother me. I don't feel anything difficult or issue at all. Looking back, I realized that it all instilled in me a sense of the combativeness to face struggles and challenges in life. At the end of the day, the city provided a perfect springboard to my next innings of life, which is coming to the Middle East. So I was really excited, decided to embark upon a journey. Fast forward April last month, with family in tow. I was really curious and excited to come to Mumbai. It was a quick decision to come to visit Mumbai. Landed in Mumbai, I found the airport to be nice, beautiful, be much bigger, glamour, but the facade was concealing something. I call it Indianness, cleanliness, and kind of chilling attitude of the staff. Hailing a taxi, I found all the old, Fiat I had in my mind, all replaced by the small Santro and those kind of vehicles. The hotel was around 15 kilometers. I thought it can be covered in 30 minutes, but it took 1.5 hours. During the evening hours, it was a little heavy traffic. A lady was behind the wheel. To my surprise, I found her to be exuding confidence. She was helping me to proactively lift the luggage. I was really surprised, and for a moment, I thought about the struggles women take to make the wheels of their family run, and I felt really deep appreciation for her. The discipline on the road was terrible. Everybody wants to just get ahead. Every two-wheeler, three-wheeler, four-wheeler of Mercedes, BM, auto rickshaw, just want to take vying for their share of the road, but the disregard for the people, others. And the traffic was overflowing, really literally bursting on the scenes on the road. The number of vehicles on the road have really grown multifold, but the infrastructure did not keep pace with that growth. For a moment, I thought the leaders of the country let the city down, in spite of collecting windfall of taxes from the common man. They did not really have that long-term vision to develop the city. Okay, on the roadside, my son was coming for the first time. I could see that women, slums and disorganized construction, women were even taking bath, and my son was disgusted to see that even children, peeing onto the road with the full glare of the traffic. He was really shocked. It was, for me anyway, I expected to a great extent all these things. But in the hotel, what greeted me was an entirely different picture. I found the people, were men and women clad in nice dresses. The hotel was quite highly priced, the hotel demand was high, the women were literally dining and enjoying, drinking. I found the two faces of Mumbai, and to an extent it proved the point that I am of late reading in the newspapers. The divide between the rich and poor are really widening in the city, in the country in general, but in the city I could see for myself. Okay, next day I took a trip, train trip to a suburb called Kalyan. I wanted to rekindle my, whole experience of local train, the second class. I did not take the ticket. Long queue. I thought, okay, if somebody catches me, I'll pay the penalty. And somehow I managed to get a seat. I was standing in between the seat. It was sweltering heat. The fan was really spewing hot air. And after somehow it was very difficult, and especially going from here. And after some time got a seat, I thought I was happy. I sat on the seat, but it was again hot. I found that seats from the wooden, it has moved to the steel kind of seats, and it was all the more terrible. Now, next day, I did not take my family, I did not take that risk. In the train journey, it turned out to be a good decision. Next day, I went around that whirly ceiling road. It was beautiful. I really liked the scene, the view, the skyscrapers. It reminded me of New York and any other European city. And then I realized that Mumbai has got the maximum number of skyscrapers in the country. And okay, but driving another 5 kilometers, I see the Dharavi and large water bodies with dirty water, slums dotting the side. I felt so bad about it, and it was smelling bad. My thoughts actually took me back to Shaju, Khan area, where I am, Al Kasbah area, where it's so nicely done. The water bodies, how they developed that place. Why we cannot do it here in a city like Mumbai, which has got the national, the real resources geographically and in every kind, but then the leaders of this country really let it down. So, and a sense of appreciation for the leaders of this country, in UAE especially, bubbled up internally. Long story short, to conclude, I found two faces of the people, common men. Their struggles are increasing day by day, and on the other hand, rich are having a nice day. The leaders, I blame them because they did not do enough on time in spite of huge tax collection. And I wish the leaders rise to the occasion, do something more to make this country to rise up to the challenges of the people. It has got huge potential, and if they want, they can do it. I wish they do it earlier than later. Mumbai Meri Jaan. Thank you.